Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tadaima, Terrace House Podcast, your weekly companion to your favorite show on Netflix. I am Robert Scarpanito, and I am joined here by Daily Wilhelm.
Konbanwa.
Jack Cepeda.
The pirate's coming out of me.
And Colin Sparling.
I need an adult again.
Is it because of Jack or this episode?
Second time
Both.
in a row. Yeah. We're approaching some dark territory here in Terrace House, and it's up to us to cover it. Someone's got to do it, damn it.
Like, I quit. I'm done. This is too much. I can't. This is my last episode of Tadaima.
It's a lot of drama. Yeah.
Some dark territory.
Thank you.
Wow.
Good job. I'm proud of you for that one.
Okay,
Man,
wow.
So today we're talking about week 47 of Opening New Doors. Still a virgin. Just want to remind you, last episode was called No Longer a Virgin. So we're essentially getting whiplash.
That's not something you can very easily flip-flop on. It's kind of one or the other. Although virginity is a social construct.
Oh, gosh.
True. But also keep in mind, you just got to look in the last place you lost it, that you can reclaim your virginity. That's
She should have had a tile on her virginity, and she'd easily be able to find it with her keys.
There you go.
Just saying.
Find
how
my
that works.
phone, find my virginity.
There's an app for that.
Hey, have you guys seen my virginity? Beep, 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 beep. Oh, there it is.
getting closer.
Found it. It was at Io's house. Io's parents' house.
Ooh, there it is, right
Gross.
next to my sense of self-respect. Oh,
There's Daily coming in with the tea.
Man, this episode's fucking bonkers. You all know this. You've already seen the episode. We're about to go through
Bonkers.
it. It's insane. We open up with the panel again, and Yama suggests that Yui might have an evil twin, and I think Daily said something very similar.
I said that. I freaked out because I had said that the last episode because she does go kind of like back and forth. It's a kind of bipolar between like, I am innocent mom to I am conniving mistress of darkness and I will get what I want no matter the cost.
All she needs is one of those twirly, pointy handlebar mustaches.
she's a steamroller.
That's her other evil twin.
She's
Her
a
brother.
steamroller, guys.
Her brother Yudai.
You die.
You die. Man, yeah, I was surprised to see Yama say that, because I think, doesn't that mean dailies are Yama now? Just by default?
I will try to fill this role as best I can. I'll say more inappropriate things.
I don't think Jack is going to take that.
No, it's fine. I'm fine with it.
Oh, okay, sure. And I also just wanted to point out in this panel moment, Tokui, especially his face, when he's mimicking what Risako is thinking when she walks into the girls' room to talk to Yui, he's like looking down. He's like, "I will end you."
Yeah, like
It's
she
such a
did have
good
that
face.
smirk when you see her. Like I watched it and I replayed it a couple times. Like, oh, she knows she's got Yui cornered. It's literally 1:30 in the morning, and Yui's asleep in bed. Like that's where you're most vulnerable, right? That's where the assassin tries to, strike at that moment when you're in bed. And so, we're looking so forward to this, right? That's such a cliffhanger. Like she was getting confronted and just had that look of like, oh shit, right? When we cut, and now here we are, and we get to see the fallout of this confrontation. The confrontation, pretty much of all confrontations, probably for this entire season.
Seriously.
Guys, I was like clenching, like I was like had my t-shirt clenched beneath my teeth watching this scene. I was like, oh god, this is so tense.
So for me, I think the sock incident and hand-holding incident was way more intense than this, at least initially, because we cut to the girls' room. We just pick right back up with Risako confronting Yui, but Yui is either using her sleepiness as an excuse or is actually sleepy because it's 1:30 in the morning and she was just sleeping. But she's very non-reactive to a lot of what Risako's saying. Risako's straight up, I know Io told me everything, and I'm wondering why would you confront me about the hand-holding incident if you've been doing this kind of stuff off screen? And you was just like,
Well, I mean, Yui's panicking inside, I think she's screaming on the inside. And she's like, fuck, the cameras are on. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I gotta pick every word very carefully.
Her eyes were darting around so much. You could see like the wheels turning like mad.
Yeah, she was internally screaming 100%.
Yeah, and Yui said something along the lines of she doesn't know how she got to a situation where she was kissing Io and doing more there. But Risako was saying, don't change the subject. This isn't about that. Like, I worried about you for that, but this isn't about that. This is about the fact that you're a hypocrite and you chewed me out for doing what you did, essentially.
Yeah, I wish she used that word, but that word has never really been slung around, like hypocrite. Like, that's the biggest thing for me, and that was what I was that's why it was so tense, because I was anticipating Yui getting her comeuppance, but her first reaction is to differentiate her situation from Risako's. She says, well, it's not exactly the same. You don't really have anything over me. I'm still gonna, in her head, I'm still gonna come out on top with this. There's nothing you can do or say to change my mind. And it was really, really unsatisfying, honestly. Like, I did not get, I think, maybe what Risako was hoping to get, what anyone was hoping to get in terms of a resolution, because it did not feel like it ended well at all when Risako just plopped down in bed and threw the covers on.
It made me feel like Io. I didn't get what I wanted to get.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Oh, good lord.
There it is.
But
See what we have to deal with, people?
Yeah, I think the whole situation was just like, Risako, calls Yui out, and then Yui's just like, and I just don't think that, like, Yui was just like, whatever, your situation doesn't matter. And but the thing that bothers me most about it is she thinks that later in the episode that the issue's resolved.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no. It will never be resolved at this
not
point.
until and Tokui like laid it out very perfectly. He's like, I didn't take into account, my own faults. I shouldn't have held, taken you to task for what you did, because I did the same thing, and I'm very, very sorry about that. And I hope we can move forward. That's what she should have said. Never did it get even close to anything like that. And so I still feel like this real crazy emotional distance between Yui, especially, but also between Io, just by guilt of association almost.
Yeah, and what makes me so sad about it all is Risako's bearing her soul. I mean, sure, she's accusing Yui of all this stuff, but you see her tearing up toward the end of this accusation. She says, after you guys chewed me out all that time, all of you ganged up on me, there was a part of me that didn't want to come back to the house that night. I just wanted to stay gone. And that's the worst feeling, feeling that you can't come home because home isn't a safe place.
Yeah, when you have a room of people that are younger than you, like confronting you and trying to say this, and they're all saying multiple times, this is why we do not trust you. It's a very hostile environment.
Yeah, this whole thing really, I think, showed, as much as Yui is always said to be like, she's very mature for her age, I think it really showed the age difference between them and experience difference, because Risako was able to be like, yeah, that was wrong of me to do that. I shouldn't have done that. Sorry about that. While every time Yui brought it up, what she had done, she was like, she had to qualify it. She was like, I shouldn't have done this, but you were doing it like... Yeah. As a fake fabrication. It just happened to be that way for me. And that's not the way it works, Yui. That's not a proper apology, is saying that.
Every time the word but showed up in the subtitles, I was like, fuck. I was like,
everything before that.
Yeah, she's not gonna fucking apologize. I realized that. And I was like, this is not gonna end well, because I see the but. I'm like, here we go. Everything she says after this, I'm just tuning out.
I told you guys on our last episode, Yui doesn't like to lose.
No,
she doesn't.
She was ready to make herself into the victim again, in such a contrived sense. She was like, I don't really know. I was worried for a minute that she was gonna totally throw Io under the bus and be like, he took advantage of me while I was drunk. Like, I don't want to think that she's capable of doing that, or that she really doesn't like Io to that point that she would do that to him, but that's where that felt like that was going.
It speaks volumes that you would even consider that as a possibility. Like, that's like not out of, Yui's possible ways of getting out of this and winning, right? She could just like scorched earth the whole Io thing to win.
I don't understand her twisted point of view either. Like, she thinks she's in the lead here, I guess, somehow. But I don't understand the thought process of like, sex is somehow with someone I like is somehow better than you almost holding hands with someone you guys don't even know if you're going to be a thing. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Not even a little bit. Like, Yui, you're in so much deeper than Risako ever was.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively, by the way.
Some mental gymnastics there.
The main takeaway here is Yui sucks.
Yeah,
for me.
Well, maybe we actually don't know if she did, but
yikes! Damn it,
Robert.
This is gonna be a real tough episode. Let's see. So basically, the takeaway here is Yui is not gonna give up. She's not at fault because she's never at fault, of course. She's the victim and everything. So after all of this, she goes to the boys' room and fishes Io out.
She goes to the kitchen.
And she's like, "Hey, let's talk. Can we
talk?
In
the playroom
Let's go
now.
to the playroom."
Is this 2:00 in the morning? This is the same morning, right?
I believe so.
It's right after Risako goes to bed. Yeah, and I was just sitting there quietly by himself on the kitchen table.
I think he knows.
He knew it was coming.
Oh,
100%.
fuck. Dude, so this surprised me too because I thought she was going to be like, what the actual fuck, motherfucker? It wasn't like that, though.
Yeah, same. And so Yui, she's doing this thing, and I can't help but think this is her playing it up to the camera, where she was asking Io, hey, when was it that we kissed? She's trying to pretend like she doesn't remember when it happened, or just like, I don't remember everything that happened, like
extra annoying.
I can't be at fault. I don't remember
extra
anything.
Irresponsible too. Yeah, like, bitch. I'm not saying she's a bitch. I'm just saying bitch, like, in general. Like, how do you, like, hold someone, like, take someone like Risako to task for her actions and you don't know what you're doing at that time? Like, does anyone buy that? Does anyone buy that she doesn't know? Like, you're not getting away with anything, Yui.
You could like see her running through different scenarios. Like, what if I say this? What if I say this? And then finally she settled on like, oh, I the best thing I could say right now is I need to apologize. But I think that was just determined out of what would make me look best versus what I actually feel like I should do.
That's the lens she looks through, I think.
She doesn't even apologize. Not really, right?
No.
Not really.
And this, to me, is her trying to save her reputation as the pure, innocent girl in the house. She says, after that kiss, all of a sudden I realized maybe I like you, Io. And I'm like, excuse me, hold on. This whole time, this whole season, you've been saying I'll only kiss guys I like. Fuck off. Stop.
It was so weird. It was like one of the weirdest, like, coupling moments, right? Like, oh, be my girlfriend, be with me, let's be together. It was like one of the weirdest moments there. And it was like really unsatisfying. It was
almost like watching an alliance formed on the dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sad because these are normally like the highlights of the show when these things happen. And there was a point in time, not that many episodes ago, where I was rooting for Io and I was rooting for Yui. And it all changed with the sock incident, man. It really, everyone's true colors really showed there.
I would say it's a mix of the sock incident and then Io coming forth with a confession about Yui. Because without that piece of information, Yui would have looked like the prosecutor who uncovered the hand-holding incident for the camera, She would have come out looking on top.
Oh man, I cannot wait until we do another Lost Tapes episode because there is an interview. The post interview with Yui. It has so many dislikes.
Oh, good! I can't wait. All right, we'll have to do that. Yeah, look forward to that.
And I want to take this moment to say, I remember, I think it was a few episodes ago, I said something along the lines of Yui's presence is like a warm hug. I take that back.
Yeah,
I take all of that. That's just not her presence anymore.
It's a warm hug at first, and then you feel the cold blades sliding between your shoulder blades.
Yep.
And then she's like, "Oh, did I do that? Does that hurt you? I don't."
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my blade. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, that blade hit me first.
Yeah, no,
it was actually it was Risako that stabbed you.
So let me ask you guys, why do you think Yui didn't seem that mad at Io about it? Or do you think maybe that happened just they edited it out? I mean, it seemed very tame. She didn't seem to ask the questions that I was expecting her to ask.
I think there was more anger happening off screen because there's no way she wasn't pissed. I think she was just trying to at this point save face on the camera.
Yeah. Trying to find a way to come out on top.
See, for me, the moment Io told Risako, I thought there's no way Io and Yui are getting together at this point.
Me too.
Absolutely not.
I was in the same position. Yeah.
And later in the episode, Io asks Yui to be his girlfriend, and she's like, yeah, of course. And it's like, wait, what? So your whole relationship is based on kind of the worst kind of lies you could have?
Yeah, this relationship ain't lasting long.
And
I feel like... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, in a way too, like maybe she feels like painted in a corner. Well, like now the world knows that I did stuff with this guy, and I would look like a slut if I don't date him now.
Yep.
Maybe she's thinking that. I don't know. Maybe she feels pressured to continue with that. I don't know.
and I wonder, because she does. It feels like she thinks pretty far ahead in the future as far as like holding on to grudges to bring up way later. I wonder if she figured that, oh yeah, it's gonna get out. Io's gonna tell someone. If not Risako, then he's gonna tell one of the guys, and then it's gonna get back around to Risako and Maya.
See, it makes me wonder how much she can trust Io now in general as a boyfriend, right? Because I mean, a foundational tenet of a relationship is trust, right?
Trust and respect.
Exactly. And Io broke that tenet, I would argue, all the way back when he first joined the show, when he said, hey, I cheated on a girlfriend and I'm here. And now, before they get together, he breaks the tenet again by being like, oh, you know that intimate moment we shared where it kind of, solidified this kind of relationship we have that I loved and cherished that night? Yeah, I told Risako about it, and, she's going to tell everyone on the show, and it's going to be bad for you.
They don't have trust. I don't know what level of respect they have, but they can't have trust after Io just breaks that out. And I can't imagine this is part of Yui's like master plan, right? Like, oh, go home and tell Risako. Like, I can't imagine. There's
What
no
if
way.
this is part of a much larger plot? Like,
No,
we don't
can't.
even know.
But I know this sounds ass backwards to you, Robert, but I still maintain, like I said back then, like him saying that he cheated, I think in a weird way, like builds trust with people. Maybe not his trustworthiness, but at least shows that he's being honest with them. You know what I mean?
And I agree. I'd rather him tell you up front than you find out 3 weeks in the relationship, hey, I cheated on someone before,
Yeah, that'd be bad. And well, here's the thing. So like the thing with I think the situation between Io and Yui is a little bit different than when Io cheated on his ex. Because
doesn't she remind him of his ex too? We forget that detail. That came up.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh,
Fuck.
Ooh, that's a little weird.
Yes, very weird.
Yeah, that's really weird. But I think that like in this situation, like it was causing such a toxic environment in the house. The situation between Yui and the other two girls, that he had to put that out there. It just, you know what I mean? Like that's guilty conscience. Like that's a whole mess of stuff that goes beyond him and his relationship. You know what I mean?
True.
The thing about coming on Terrace House too is that you're in some cases, Masao withstanding, in some cases you're kind of coming out of obscurity. You're nobody, but then when you show up on Terrace House day one, you're going to have literally thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people looking you up on social media and digging up all the junk about you. And there's going to be subreddits about you and forum posts. And so you're really thrust into the public light all over the course of, just like that. So he kind of had to air out his dirty laundry there because he didn't want someone else to bring it up.
Fair. So let's get to dirty laundry number 2. And we're about to get very blue. I did not mean to rhyme that, but that's just what's about to
This show is about sex, everyone. We're going to discuss sex that may or may not have happened. And that's what's happening in the next at least 10, 15 minutes. Get ready for sex talk, everybody. Welcome to Tadaima.
Welcome to Tadaima, a sex talk podcast. We cut to the intro. Wonderful, great, whatever. Boys and Girls in the Cities is still better, but whatever. And then we get to the girls' room. And it's the next day, and Yui's like, and this is Yui and Risako in the girls' room, and Yui says, hey, so now that I'm not sleepy at 1:30 in the morning and being assaulted by you, let's talk about it. Can I have the upper hand? Yeah, I'll have the upper hand now. Let's talk about Io. And I guess to sum it up, Yui claims she was out drinking with one of her friends in Tokyo, got a little drunk, and then Io contacted her and asked, hey, do you want to come over? Do you need a place to crash? So she goes to his parents' place where he's staying, crashes there, and then she says, we didn't go all the way. He finished himself.
Woo!
And like as serious a moment as it was, like Risako just burst out laughing.
Yeah,
She had to be like, "Oh,
You can't lie, not
Dude,
laugh at that.
it's just an overshare of all overshares. Like,
Oh,
you could have
yeah.
left that completely out of the Terrace House canon.
we don't
and-
need that."
Yeah, no one asked for this. You know, no one asked for this level of detail.
No,
granular
and
scale.
the thing is, like, Yui formulated in her head, right? Because I'm sure she probably thought all fucking night about this explanation she was going to give
Definitely.
Risako, that to give her the quote unquote the upper hand, right?
She had 24 hours to craft this story. Yeah.
Right. So, like, her approach is to give a play-by-play breakdown of the shit that happened between her and Io.
See, if you look
in
here,
bed.
his pants are only half on, so
No,
Dude, it just
like
it's
the NFL yellow circles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
arrows.
fucking Yui doesn't even have a clue as to why Risako's pissed. She's just like, oh, well, maybe she's just like, she needs to know what happened and then she'll be more understanding. No, it doesn't matter. The fact that it happened, period, end of story, is why she's pissed, because it makes you a hypocrite. She does not, like, she just does not compute that.
And what I want to ask the table here is, what do you guys think Yui is trying to do by revealing this information? Like, who or what does she protect by saying, yeah, we almost had sex, but Io had to jerk off himself because I didn't want to do anything?
What did Tokui say? He kind of lays it out in the episode. He's like, you know, what you did was for TV. What you think I did was a misunderstanding. You didn't understand what Io really meant, but you did something off camera for TV. So she was trying to differentiate herself, and she's trying to make herself like, no, I'm not really a hypocrite, and I shouldn't really apologize to you because we didn't do the same thing. That's basically her goal there, to have the world's worst quasi apology I've ever heard in my life. And no
Yeah.
one's buying it. No one's buying it. No
we
one's
almost
buying it.
we almost fucked. You guys almost held hands. We're better than you.
So hold on. Okay, so I don't want to be the one to bring this up, but now we're here. Okay, this is where we're at. So what do you think happened if Io thinks they had sex and she doesn't? There had to have been like a coupling, let's say.
I mean, I think the explanation should have just been from either Io, but definitely from Yui in this situation. It's like, we messed around, but we did not have sex. Period.
It's no one's business
Yes.
either.
But I don't know, that might be a lost in translation thing. I didn't pay attention to exactly how Io worded it. Like, and then Risako went ahead and ran with, so you guys were doing it before you guys grilled me. I mean, like, being sexually intimate is definitely on the grounds for her to, I guess, be like, you're not exactly a virgin, but definitely at least on the lines of, like, you've emotionally compromised Io before coming after me.
Yes, she's groomed him.
Yeah, so the thing is, right, Io's very vague, and that's one thing I really don't like about him. I can deal with the loogies and the boogers, but
He'll talk about that all day.
yeah, that's fine. I want a detailed 5-page report about today's boogers. Please give
Peer
that to me,
reviewed.
Io.
Yes.
But I really hate how vague he is with a lot of stuff. Because in that conversation where he tells Risako what happened, he doesn't even lay it out. He's like, we kissed, ... period. And then Risako's like, was there other stuff? And he was like, yes.
You could say that.
And then she's like, did she graduate? And he says,
You could say that.
yes. And it's like, come on, just fucking say it, man. Don't let them pull it out of you with weird metaphors that don't mean anything.
Here's the words I remember, the phrasing I remember Yui saying. Okay, I love how we're just like Detective Pikachuing this scene here. So she said at one stage, she goes, I found it impossible to continue. In order to continue, you have to begin. So to me, you know, trying to be safe language here, it sounds like virginity was taken and then the action ceased.
Yeah,
Okay, follow
okay.
me?
Yeah, I follow you, Jack. And I was actually thinking the same thing. I was almost thinking that Yui wasn't sure what, like, she wasn't sure what having sex, quote unquote, means. I think she was meaning, like, in that, like, maybe she God, this is gonna get really gross, and I apologize. Maybe she thinks that finishing while still doing it is sex. Otherwise, it's not.
Like, if no one reaches a climax, it's not sex. You think Yui thinks that?
That's what the way she was wording it. The way she was wording it kind of made it sound that way. I get what you're saying, because she's saying, well, we didn't really do it because Io finished himself off. Right.
You're saying that's her rationale?
Yeah, like maybe she's thinking. Yeah, maybe she's thinking that since it didn't happen during, then it didn't really count.
I mean, sex takes many forms.
That's the thing. There's a lot of in between kissing and like what we traditionally consider
baby
sex.
making.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, what if by we started, she means that other instruments were used? For example, perhaps she
like
used
a tuba,
only her
fucking trombone,
perhaps she
fucking
used
clarinet, a flute, band camp. Other instruments.
Are you suggesting that she played the flute?
I'm suggesting maybe she used her mouth to play the flute or her hands to churn the butter.
Yeah, she played the skin flute.
That's where I'm at. I'm thinking that it was a lot of heavy petting that got very heated and was suggesting to lead up to sex, and then it was like, no, we're at your parents' house, I've been drinking, there's a lot of factors here that says maybe not.
Yeah, I'm thinking the furthest she got was giving an oral report.
No.
Okay, listen.
No.
I'm gonna put a stake in this conversation.
No, I'm gonna fucking tell you what I think, but you go first.
Listen, what we do know is stuff beyond kissing happened, and that's what matters, and it still makes her a hypocrite.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We don't.
Bottom line.
The extent of it
Details.
is.
Bottom line.
The extent of it is just us having fun.
But yes,
Right.
but listen, guys. So take what they both said. Okay, he said she graduated. Okay, that's pretty fucking specific. She said I found it impossible to continue. Fucking like connect the dots. Like 2 + 2 is 4 here. Like there was a like I said, a coupling, and then it
Intercourse.
stopped.
There was intercourse.
There definitely was. I think in some case.
But Jack, she's like, like the most virginal person that we've met on Terrace House. She's the most she's ever done with someone is a kiss that she didn't seem to consent to in the first place. Like, she has never initiated anything. So I think that taking those steps toward initiating making out and heavy petting and whatever else that implies, I would consider that something of a graduation ceremony.
Fair, but it's Io who said graduation, and I'm pretty sure he's probably graduated more than once in his life, if you know what I mean.
He's gone to school a lot
So
of times.
many euphemisms here.
Yeah, he's done the
I'm
horizontal
trying
mambo
so-
a few times.
I'm trying so hard to come up with colorful
Are you
euphemisms.
saying he's been a born again virgin several times?
No, what I'm saying is I think at some point the sword got in the scabbard. Just
This is getting ridiculous.
Can we just trade? Can we just do for 5 minutes like all the fucking double entendre, please? Okay. No, just kidding.
the headphone jack went in.
I think it's pretty clear cut, to be quite honest, what happened here based on both of their testimony, and I think that's what happened. I don't think that I think it maybe lasted all of 25 seconds, and then Yui's like, no, ow, stop, ow. And then he finished himself off, basically, as she so eloquently put it.
Yikes.
That's what I think happened.
It really just, it isn't for us to know, but she had to
She threw
word
it out
it that
there.
way. She had to tell Risako that, like.
What do you think she was saving with that? Like, it's
Nothing.
There's no reason for it.
Like, that's close to throwing Io under the bus.
Totally.
I mean, 'cause I'm not going to speak for every guy out there or every person out there, but the last thing you would want to hear about yourself is the person you almost had sex with saying to their friends, "Oh, that person had to finish themselves off though because I didn't want to finish them."
Yeah,
Like, that's the worst.
At the same time, that's like super disrespectful to Io.
Yes, clearly.
Is it?
It like
It is.
Speaking as a woman, I guess I don't have any insight on this.
It crosses like just a level of like there's an intimacy there. You don't just discuss intimate details like
Well,
who
and it's
did
not
what, where what body fluid went where and shit at what time.
Why do we gotta come back to the body fluids, guys?
Even if she felt the need to tell Risako that detail, like, yeah, that's like, it's not the most respectful thing in the world, but she did it on national fucking TV.
She's trying to say it. She's trying to use it like, see, this is proof that we didn't have sex. We didn't have sex because he finished himself. That doesn't count. They definitely had sex.
So to be fair, this is probably coming from a very male point of view. I'll concede that for sure. And I'm willing to bet part of that is that when a girl finishes, it's not necessarily obvious.
Tell us about it, Robert. You fucking stone cold pro.
Daily, take this. Daily, steer the ship,
Tell me about when a girl comes, Robert. Tell me all about it.
If you look at Exhibit 2A on Pornhub.com.
Oh my god.
No, but I'm serious, right? This is something that's been joked about in sitcoms, and it's like
I have a nosebleed.
There's a hint of reality to this, where guys have trouble telling when girls finish, right? So I feel like that means it's more often that women don't finish during sex, and that's fine. But for guys, there's evidence.
It's not fine.
It's never fine.
It's never fine. But it happens more often than guys not finishing.
Oh, certainly.
And yeah, exactly, right? And it's not as complained about. Because with guys, there's evidence.
I'm going sometimes with girls too, but I am going to be that guy, and I'm going to roll the dice here. And I'm going to say something that I might regret later, but I actually think that I can tell most dudes out there, like, some of the telltale signs. This isn't 100% foolproof science, but if you ever question whether or not your female companion is truly satisfied with your physical encounter, one of the best ways to tell that is if their face is like really red and flushed, and like their shoulders and their chest and stuff. Like, if they're really like, there's a lot of blood circulation going on in that area, that's a good sign. I'm not saying it's 100% foolproof, but if there's none of that, then that's kind of a sign in the bad direction too. I don't know, just throwing it out there. I'm going to back away from the table, and I'll let you guys take it from here.
Because we'll fake it to be polite.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Just to be like, oh yeah, I totally did. Yeah.
It's not 100% like, like the image of a woman like sitting in bed with like her arms crossed, looking like ticked off, while the guy is like satisfied face.
Gets up, grabs her purse, just walks out. Aren't you gonna take your clothes?
Do you think Yui made Io go to the bathroom to finish himself off?
100%. That's my
room, you filthy animal.
That would be a really Yui thing to do.
Oh, gross. Do it in the sink.
Admittedly, though, she does like still seem really against like physical intimacy on camera. Like we got a kiss this episode, and even that seemed pretty like, oh, don't.
Seems scripted to me.
It did. That scene
really
was
impersonal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Where do we go from here, everyone?
I don't know.
There's a lot more to this episode.
There is, but damn, I'm getting flushed in my face and red. Is this what you mean, Jack? My head's feeling red.
We're all fanning ourselves off right now. You can't see it, but we are.
Things are getting hot and heavy in Tadaima studio.
A third adult.
Gross?
Yeah, that sounded sexy, but hey.
That's hot.
God.
So we go back to the panel, and all of them really don't like where Yui's coming from. But I don't know if that's obvious, but we also don't. Really? Oh, I get it.
Yep.
But she didn't, though, I imagine.
Yeah.
Probably.
Where I came on.
Same. But they kind of frame everything like Yui is trying to make herself the victim, and she's doing everything to make it so Risako can't fight back. Yui's trying to pin it as, you did the same thing as me, Risako, so you can't be mad at me. And it's like, no, that's not how it works.
Not even
Yui
close.
just can't do no wrong in the world of Yui. She needs some fucking humble pie, man. She needs like a reality check. It's really annoying.
Let's get a palate cleanser. Let's go to the Karuizawa glass factory.
Oh, please.
Where Risako and Masao finally get to fulfill the Karuizawa tourism industry's wishes of having the glass factory on Terrace House.
You're still coming to this glass factory, right? I mean, we set this up. I thought Soto was going to come here. You guys need anyone with glasses there, too? Because someone's got to pick glasses at this store, too. Terrace House producers.
They have like they have a sign-up sheet, like a doc.
Oh my god. Those glasses though, they were gorgeous. Like I would love to go on a date like that. That looked super fun.
It was cool. Yeah. It was way cooler than I expected. Yeah, and they turned out really awesome too. Like I would proudly have those in my cupboard.
Yeah, it was a really trendy date, as Masao says later when they go to Karuizawa Veggie Beer, I think is how you say that.
Vegetables and beer. That's all they serve.
Veggies and beer. They put a carrot in your beer.
Sandwich though, that grilled cheese sandwich was so cheesy. It looked delicious.
But yeah, Masao's like, hey, this is a trendy date. I haven't been on a trendy date in a while. And then he takes Enon's advice. And he says, hey, I've got something to tell you, Risako. I like you. But I'll concede, he does do it in a good way, where he says, this is my confession, but don't worry about your response to me. I want you to feel better. You do you. Don't feel pressured.
I know you've had some issues in the house, and I want you to know I'm there for you. Fucking nurturing as a motherfucker.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
saying all the right shit.
I swooned.
Yes, I swooned.
Same.
This is so reminiscent to me of Tsubasa and Shion in a lot of ways. I mean, it's definitely different. It's definitely very unique. But this is just, I'm getting those same feelings like I got from there. Like I've missed that because now we've had these two recent relationships with Shion and, with, why can't I remember them? Guys, help me.
Noah and Sana?
Yeah. Noah and Sana, I couldn't remember it. Both of these to me have been very unsatisfying, and so it's been a while since I've really been rooting for a couple, and now I really am for Risako and Masao.
They're super refreshing, very back to basics, pure intentions. Like you can see he honestly has expectations of this isn't just like a Terrace House thing. This is I want to date you way beyond Terrace House, and I do care about you whether or not you're into me.
Yeah, this is like future shit. This is family shit.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it takes a mature person
babies.
to even drum up the courage to say these words so honestly to someone, right? You know, like looking at them from across the table. Like, can you see Kaido ever saying anything like this? I mean, I like Kaido, but it's just not in him yet, you know?
No. But let's cut to the other bad couple in this house. In the playroom, Ayo and Yui make it official. Ayo's like, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? And Yui doesn't necessarily say yes. He just kind of nods her head. And they're like, to a new beginning. Yeah. And I'm like, you guys are the worst.
Boo.
Ayo.
Boo this couple.
Ayo did the worst thing he could. He brought flowers, which is super nice, and I was gonna give him points, and then he was like, oh, they broke, and it's like, oh, that's fine, things happen, but he was like, they gave them to me at work. These are recycled flowers
they said
that
I could
brought
take
you
them.
and they broke. Don't say that. Just give them to her. Be like, oh yeah, the stem snapped on the train. Sorry about that. But don't say here's some flowers I found in the garbage.
It goes back to him talking about stank bugs. Right? That's he overshares. He's a habitual oversharer. She's a habitual shit starter. This could be a great relationship.
That's right. Yui starts things, he finishes them. You know, it's a good relationship. And after that, and also I did write this in my notes. I think this is very much worth pointing out. When Yui repeats Ayo, who said to a new beginning, Yui says it while doing one of her lie giggles. You know, the giggle she does when she's lying.
Ooh, it's her tell.
And I'm like, this isn't good. This is not a good sign. I feel like they're not going to last very long. And I mean that in a more serious way than I think with Noah and Sana.
From what I see on Instagram, your daily or weekly Jack Instagram report, it seems like they are still together. Just like a heads up, which is 3 months from, at least 3 months after the house.
Wow.
So we'll see.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know if anyone knew that or not, but.
Okay, fine, sure.
It looks like it. I'm not sure. I don't read Japanese, but it looks like it.
Well, we cut to the kitchen afterwards with Masao, Maya, and Kaito. Masao is definitely out of the loop with the house. He asks, hey, what's happening between Ayo and Yui? And no one really answers him. And then Ayo walks in. He reveals the news. We're dating. Yui and I are together. And everyone's like, cool, yay, congrats. And Masao, for whatever reason, is like, I'm going to go grab Risako so you can tell her the news too.
Bad move, dude. Bad move.
Why?
I thought that was considerate. I thought that he was trying to be at least considerate and being like, I don't want her to be the last one to find out.
Okay, that's a good idea. That's good. I was just thinking, like, of all the people who would care the least in the house, it would be Risako.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's most relevant to her situation that they did get together. I think she knew that was going to happen as an eventuality of the information that she has now. But I don't know. I just thought that he was trying to be considerate and being like, I don't want her to be like, have to find out third hand.
That makes sense.
I love Masao. He can do no wrong.
He's pretty good. He's
true.
pretty good at what he's doing so far. I mean, and I don't get the sense. All right, so the panelists are like saying like, oh, he's striking when the iron's hot, right? Like he's taking her while she's vulnerable. Like I don't really get that sense. Like he didn't create a situation that made her vulnerable, and I don't really feel like he's capitalizing on it. I just think he's going in a natural trajectory that he wanted to date Risako, and it's just following its natural course. But I definitely don't get the sense he's like taking advantage of the situation.
No, because I feel like if he were, he would be a lot more touchy-feely, you know, like hands over her shoulder, like, oh, you can cry on my shoulder, like, come here, like, huddle with me, you know.
I don't get that sense from him at all. Yeah, it all seems very genuine, very honest.
I mean, and to me, the smoking gun is when he confesses to her, he's still like, but don't worry about it. I just want you to know, but don't feel like you have to respond. I mean, that's pretty perfect as far as it can go. So we cut to now the backyard. It was like the next day, I think. And Masao and Risako are there, and they're decorating a Krampus tree. And it's like, oh yeah, this is happening during Christmas time.
A Krampus tree?
Krampus.
Christmas. KFC.
The Christ times.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah. AKA in Japan, the KFC holiday.
Exactly.
Yeah. We all know about that.
And yeah, they're decorating the tree. It's kind of a cute scene. It's very fun. And this is the first scene we see Risako call Masao Machao.
Oh, gag in my mouth.
Specifically, it was Risako and Masao.
Oh.
And it's like, wow, that's like very coupley.
Yeah, it is. And then he
It
goes,
totally
I
is.
love his quote too. He's like, Richiko and Machao. That's wild.
That's wild.
Like that's a weird
bye.
translation. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah. See you later, Space Cowboy.
It's really corny.
I don't know.
It was kind of cringy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's really nice though to see how Masao's chemistry with Risako has changed. Like he's very calm and collected in this scene around her, which is a nice change of pace. You know what I mean? It just feels natural.
I feel like if she had called him Machao any sooner, he would have been flustered, would have not known what to say, and would have maybe fallen off the ladder.
Combust, yeah.
Yep.
Burning
but
Christmas.
he's all right. He does it well. And we cut now to the kitchen. It's the evening. The Christmas tree is lit. It's all cool. And Maya, Kaito, and Masao are sitting in the kitchen. Thank you for dabbing, Daily.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you get away with it.
No.
This is an audio medium. I want it on the record. Daily dabbed when I said lit.
She brought out her inner Kaito. I'm here for it.
And Maya comments that Risako and Masao have been pretty chummy lately, so they're setting us up. We're like, oh man, Risako and Masao, Richiko and Machao. Oh man.
I love it.
Same. And I want to take this scene to point out, we never see Maya alone or Kaito alone anymore. Whenever they're on screen, they're together. And it's true in this episode as well.
They're attached at the freaking hip.
Same.
Couple.
And we learn about their futures a little bit. Kaito is going to be redesigning a skate park, which is very cool. Mm-hmm. And Maya booked her first modeling gig, paid modeling gig.
I was kind of annoyed by that, actually, if I'm being fully honest with you guys. Like, I just feel like a lot of people, and, you know, judge it if you want. I'm not trying to pass any judgment on whether or not modeling is a viable career at all. That's a different subject. But, like, a lot of people, that's their dream. And for her, she's like, I don't know if I can perform to the pay grade or the pay scale. And she just has a lot of hesitation, and I get it, but it's just like, I got the sense, and maybe this is just me, but I just got the sense that she wasn't looking forward to it, and she wasn't, like, grateful for the opportunity. I don't know. Did anyone else or just me?
I mean, I definitely think that she even said, like, she's not sure if this is something that she wants to do forever in the future or even as a career for now. And I think that's fine. I think she's entitled to explore things, and maybe she'll really like it. Maybe she won't. I think it's coming from a place of nervousness more than anything.
More than, like, entitlement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's like, I don't know if I'm going to live up to like their expectations or if I'm going to be able to do this right, because that's not what she was studying.
Yeah.
Like she had friends that was studying that, but she wasn't specifically studying modeling. She just kind of fell into it.
Or maybe she doesn't. She wants to keep her own personal expectations low so she doesn't get disappointed if it doesn't pan out too. There'd be some of that
Maybe.
too. I would do that too, probably. I get
For
it.
sure. We cut to that weird scene in the living room with Yui and Io cuddling while watching another movie on his there's so many TVs in that house, guys.
There are.
It's a weird
Like,
thing.
come on.
It's like maybe the TV's broken. They haven't watched that TV in a long time.
I don't know. I mean, or maybe they're just
Yeah.
trying to show off AirPods. I don't know.
Yeah, they have like an endorsement from Apple or some shit.
Maybe. I mean, the Apple's always watching.
It is. I know. That was like product placement almost in a way. And it's just weird. Yeah. I mean, there's TVs abound, it would seem, but maybe they're broke. I don't know.
But we get that weird scene where they weirdly kiss, and it feels very out of place and stilted and awkward and whatever. But that's fine. We're not here to
Staged.
judge.
No. Yeah.
We were here 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago, we judged. Now we're just here.
Got it out of our system.
I'll
Yeah.
say it was cute in a
Sure.
way. I
Her smile was cute at the end. If I remove myself from how much I hate them right now.
yeah. I like seeing how affectionate he is toward her, or how much he wants to be affectionate toward her.
Does anyone else get? Good point you bring out there. Does anyone else get the idea that definitely Yui's wearing the pants in this relationship? She's the shot caller,
yeah.
baller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't think too many would doubt that. It definitely feels that way.
And I think that stems from their personalities. We've said many times Yui's very type A, plans everything. Io, I don't think knows what he's going to eat tomorrow.
Nah. Which
Or in a
checkered
shower.
pants do I wear today?
Yeah.
They have not appeared again, and I liked those pants. That was
Same.
an outfit. That was a look.
Hey,
He pulls
everyone
them
can
off.
be wrong sometimes. It's fine.
It's coming from someone who doesn't have the swag to pull it off. I understand, Jack. I get it.
Hey, this is coming from a man wearing a tank top on top of a collared shirt on top of a t-shirt. Get the fuck out of here
now
with this shit.
now we've got to talk about the pre-show because that needs to make sense. So everyone else on this show is wearing tank tops except me.
We did not
And
plan
everyone's
this.
like, yeah, and everyone's like, well, Robert, go get a fucking tank top. I don't own tank tops.
Not
So
one,
Colin-
and it's weird, and I agree with you.
That's fine. And Colin threw one at me, and I was like, well, I'm not about to undress on camera in
is
front
what
of
I
these
wanted.
guys, so I'm just going to put it on top of what else I'm wearing.
You didn't have to. You could have shut off your camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
maybe.
could
You
have
wanna
been
see-
a full team.
You want to see Robert with his shirt off? Go to My Free Cams after the show. Patreon tier 3, $50 a month.
Yeah, check
You
my
know what I-
channel, Dirty Filipino Slut 4.
He's gonna pull
That's
out
me.
all the tank tops there, baby, with the nipples cut out.
I was gonna give him one of my like BVD type like undershirt tank tops.
BVD?
The ones that are like tight that you have to like wear nothing else under it.
You have those? That's funny.
Yeah, for like when I wear dress shirts and
Got
stuff.
it. Got it.
I'm just imagining like a camisole that has like the lace at the top and like spaghetti straps and again,
guys,
Patreon, pay us.
yes.
Yeah,
You
I
can
will
see that if
take
you want.
pictures of
Am
myself
I the
with
only
that.
one on this show that doesn't know what a camisole is?
You are married.
I don't know what a You guys,
To a
wait,
woman.
Robert and Colin, you're telling me you know what a camisole is? Bullshit.
Yeah, it's
I'm
kind
calling
of
it
bullshit
bullshit.
camisole.
See, yeah, I'm not the only one. That's all I wanted to establish. Okay, I don't know what a camisole
Yeah,
is.
I had to like do a
Hold on,
double.
hold on.
I heard you.
Let's
right?
guess. Let's guess what a camisole is, since we
my
don't know.
God.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh
go
my
first.
God.
Okay, a camisole is a aerosol camel cleaner to spray on your camels to make them not.
There
smell
is
bad.
high demand for that product in the Middle East.
I would. Hey man, let's fucking go on Shark Tank and blow this shit up. Stinky camel
Colin,
game is strong.
while you guess, I'm going to retrieve the real item.
Okay,
Give
go
it
ahead,
your
Colin.
best guess.
Yeah, just a little slower, Colin. Let's go.
You know, I was thinking that a camisole. Is I thought it was camel soul, like it's the soul of the camel. Maybe
Like
like
camel soul.
yeah.
Okay, it's a tank top. Is that a negligee or a tank top?
It's a tank top.
It's tank top. Why don't you just call it tank top then? What's a camisole?
Well, it's a camisole. It's a specific kind.
Yes.
Okay, it's
It's
got
like
lace
all-
on top.
It's like
You
all
don't-
cardigans are a kind of sweater, but not all sweaters are cardigans.
Is it a
Yeah,
dick
you
one?
don't wear this on its own. You
Oh.
wear it under something. You wear like maybe a cardigan over it.
You need a
but
sports
it's not
bra.
Its own tank top.
You need a sports
Yeah.
bra with it, like a bralette.
You need a bra, certainly.
A
Yeah.
bralette. I know what a bralette is.
You know, I'm going to use my male privilege now. I want to apologize to every woman listening to this show. I feel like there's been a lot of male ignorance, especially from earlier in this
Part of our
episode.
fucking charm. This is the brand of the show. Male ignorance in full, in force. All right.
This is what we have daily. The show would be a disaster.
You
without
want me to
that.
lie to you daily and say I know what a fucking camisole is? Oh yeah, a camisole.
I just want to say, one, I'm sorry for all the male ignorance. Two, I'm sorry that apparently we're pinning all of female wisdom on one woman.
I'm redacting both of those. Apologies. They're being redacted right now. This is
I
the
do not know
brand.
everything about womanly wiles. I am 100% sure.
She knows about
Wait,
camisoles.
wait, what are you talking about? You are the spokeswoman for all women.
Clearly.
Obviously.
Clearly.
Guys,
that's how that
what did
works.
this show teach us about putting people on pedestals? It's never a good thing. Daily, you're a normal chick.
Well, that's not true because I put
That's
Masao
so
on a
backhanded.
pedestal.
Yeah.
And
That's
he,
true.
He
Masao's
fucking deserves
best.
it. Yeah, let's get back to Terrace House.
Okay, let's
y'all.
do that.
Yes.
That was
So-
a fun tangent.
Yeah, we cut to the panel. They don't really say much here. They just say they thank Yui for all the entertainment. And I will say, as much as I don't like Yui right now, I agree.
Oh,
If
yeah.
she wasn't here, this would be very boring. But then we cut to Shibuya at a venue called WWW Space X.
X.
This is the new
Idol.
WWE.
We're
Generation X.
But we cut to that. It's a really cool music venue. And guess what? Darare is about to put on a show. And we cut to this shot of Masao texting a girl. And he's like, hey, Risako, meet me after the show. Okay, bye.
Was that the Line app, the Line app?
Line, yeah.
They have some
Line.
cool. They have some
Line.
cool.
Catch me on Line.
They have some cool emojis going on there. I was like, what's going on there?
Stickers.
What's this Doge on this human body thing going on?
Yeah.
That was
Dude,
weird.
Kakao Talk in Korea is a similar thing. It's all
Yeah.
this wild stuff.
I've had Kakao Talk. Yeah, I got friends there.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So yeah, he texts her. Then we actually cut to the panel. I got our order of events mixed up. And then we come back from the panel and we're straight into the show at this point. And they cut to the point in every good concert where the singer is like, I want to give respect to my bandmates. And, this is that person on the piano, that person on the drums, and then Masao or Kyujitsu Kacho, right? Because stage name.
Oh, that was
On
weird.
the
And then
bass. Wait, have you never been to a show where they do that?
I mean, no, where they have just no. I mean, Kid Rock does that shit, but I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
not that I've been to Kid Rock show, but that's fine if you have. But it's just weird that you have different names, right?
I mean,
And-
that's what the world knows him as, though.
right. Yeah, and but he's on Terrace House, and like a whole new world knows him, as Masao-san or Wada-san.
Yeah.
but it's just. Something else, like culturally, I don't want to go too off on a tangent here, but like there are a lot of companies and a lot of credits in old school video games. You'll notice too, people will go by aliases, and it's to stifle recruitment from other companies. It's a weird
Yeah.
cultural thing, so you don't really see that so
mean,
much in America.
We know Masao is a very wanted bassist. He's a bassist for 3 bands. Maybe that's why. He doesn't want to be headhunted.
It's interesting though. I mean, I just didn't know him by that name.
But anyway, the singer introduces him, Kyujitsu Kacho on the bass, and he fucking kills it. They give him like
just,
30
like-
seconds. to
Yeah, he
slap
just
that
rips an
bass.
entire bass solo. He comes in playing like the fucking intro to Roundabout by Yes, and he's like, boom, 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 boom,
He's so good.
I feel like he mentioned to like the band, it's like, hey, the girl I like is here. And they're
Give
like,
me
we
this
got
moment,
you.
yeah.
We got you.
Yeah.
We'll make you shine.
Feature me, yeah. I mean, he was
He's a
better.
fucking
What?
I was gonna say he's like a regular Les Claypool up there.
Dude,
man.
he was better than I was expecting. I knew he was good. He was better. And this was exactly what this has all been building up to. I've been waiting for this moment where he can like shine in the spotlight and where Risako can see him in his natural element, where he can command that crowd, and it did not disappoint. It was awesome.
And I also want to say, I've been listening to a lot of Gesu no Kiwami and Darare recently. No relation, just, I decided to listen to those 2 bands. They're on Spotify.
Coincidentally.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I watched this episode of Terrace House, I thought, oh, maybe they're boosting the bass because, clearly we're here for the show for the bassist. No one said that sentence in the history of humanity, but lo and behold, I was there for the bassist. So that's why I thought they boosted the bass. But then I listened to more Gesukiwa and Darare, and that's just kind of how the songs are because he's that damn good of a bassist. Like that solo is just normal. in most songs that he's on.
And him and the drummer are locked in too. Like a lot of people don't pay attention to that shit, but pay attention to his band because him and the drummer are like one body, one mind, and it just serves the song so much better. It's so great when bands do that.
Yeah. This has been the Tadaima Music Critique Corner. And I just thought, like, my notes, one of my last sentences I wrote was, Masao is up on that stage doing what he was born to do. Like, I don't think there's anything else he could do. I mean, I'm sure he could do a lot of stuff, but this is him in his prime.
He's a well-educated man too, right? Didn't he have like an electrical engineering degree or something like that? I can't remember.
Yes,
like,
he has an electrical engineering degree.
Is that what it was? And here's the thing, like the song was okay when the lady was singing. I was like, this is fine. But then the lights went off. And they went into some crazy like Radiohead shit there, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually like awesome." And Risako is basically crying. She's so moved, tears are welling in her eyes.
I didn't know how to react to that. I didn't know if it was like because I didn't really pay attention to the lyrics / have the ability to understand them, if it was like a really sad song that related to what she's been going through, or I was really on edge though because I was like, what if this is her realizing she's like, oh my gosh, he's really cool, but this just isn't going to work.
Oh, you think that's what it would be?
Like, I felt like she was very conscious of that, seeing him perform and seeing everyone think that he's super cool and reacting really well. And, like, she's sitting there like, oh, no, I can't be one of these people.
Well, she told him herself, she said it to his face or after the show, that she was moved by it. Like, really, like, he was amazing. She was, like, throwing all these great compliments his way. But now I'm scared now since you said that, Daly. I'm like, oh, shit.
To be fair, even if you weren't trying to date that bassist, I mean, let's say Masao was your friend. What are you going to tell him, right? Of course, you're going to say something similar, like, whoa, you were so cool up there. I was moved.
I wouldn't say I was moved if I wasn't. I think that was genuine. And you could see it on her face. You just got to wonder. The show leaves it ambiguous. Like, it doesn't, it doesn't give you context for why she's reacting that way. So it could be a bevy of reasons.
Fair. But I agree with Daly, and it took me a couple more minutes to really lock in that kind of theory because after the show, Risako's waiting for him, and the show ends at 9:30, by the way. Kind of lame, but whatever.
That's really early.
You know, I guess tomorrow everyone has to go to work. I don't know. But the show ends. Masao and Risako meet up. Masao brings her to this kind of stairwell thing, so they're a little more isolated away from everyone packing up the gear and all that. And she's really happy that she's seen this other different side of him that she didn't know existed. That's very cool. It's a very continuous running theme throughout the show, like with Sana with Shohei, like, oh, he's different on stage. And he says, cool, I'm going to continue being different. Will you be my girlfriend?
Dude, he threw it out there. Colin.
It was...
Yeah, he threw the cards on the table. He's like, I'm going to throw down, see what happens.
It was good though. In true to Masao form, he gave it context. He was like, I think that we could be in a relationship where we both better each other. And it's like, that is, he just speaks like exactly what I would want to hear if I was being, wooed by this guy.
Courted.
It does. It feels like courtship.
It is a courtship.
It feels very, very formal, very sincere. I'm again swooning. Masao. I'm in love with Masao a little bit. Don't tell Zach.
Let me ask you this, Daly. Let me ask you this. So he said something like, "I got the sense in me that I wanted to protect you. It bloomed in me." He said, "Is that a good thing or a bad thing to hear?"
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I consider myself as a very like feminist kind of person. Like, I can take care of myself, but I think everyone wants to be taken care of regardless of gender.
I want to.
I think that's a good feeling.
If a girl told me that, I'd be like, hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say no.
It's the epitome of like, I'm thinking of you and I want what's best for you.
Exactly.
Right.
But, so where I differ from Daly, I guess, when Masao said, I think the relationship would be good for us because we could better each other, I think that was a bad move. I think that would have worked, for someone who is as into him as he's into her. But
we don't know yet. We don't know.
I think this is kind of one-sided because we see a lot of moments where Masao is happier, he's uplifted, he's a better person, he has a higher spirit when Risako's around. But I don't think we see that as much with Risako when it comes to her core being. Sure, he's helped her through this tough time in the house, but it's not like she's a better model or she's a better person because he's around. At least I didn't get that feeling. So when I heard that, I thought Risako would think, well, it's kind of one-sided.
Her number one rule is height. She said that in so many words when she first came on. That was her number one rule. Not to say that it's a deal breaker, but it's damn close to a deal breaker. Now, listen, everyone, I need this to happen. Listen to me, Terrace House people. I need this. Make it happen. I need Machauko and Richauko to be together, whatever their names are, the cutie names. I need them.
Machauko is the couple name.
I need this, people, please. But I definitely agree with you guys in the skepticism. I hate to admit it, but like her face at the end, right before it cut to credits, is what seeded the doubt in me. It wasn't exactly like a look of elation. It was a look of concern. So I'm predicting before I go watch this after we're done recording this show, I'm thinking she's going to say one of two things. She's either just going to reject him flat out. I just want to be friends. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think she's going to buy herself some time and say, thank you so much. I need time to process this. I need to think about it. But I don't think that's a flat out no, though it's not a great sign. It's not what I would want to hear if I laid my heart bare out to a woman right after that emotional show and everything. So it's one of two things. But sad to say, I don't think she's just going to be like, yeah, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend. It's one or the other. Or the other two.
Yeah,
options.
I think that I definitely get the sense that, like, because she was so hesitant when he asked her and the way she welled herself up right as the episode ended, I definitely get the sense that there's going to be either a straight up denial or, yeah, like Jack said, a buy for time. I think that the reason why Masao did it like this and so soon, well, partially because he was probably riding the high of having such a great show, right? I mean, Jack, you know that feeling, right? You come off a great show, you got a lot of confidence, you feel good, you know what I mean?
It's a big endorphin rush, yeah, and people feel differently about you. Like, it's a real thing. I mean, he planned it perfectly, to ask her out at that time. I mean, I trust his instinct with that stuff. He's had good instincts thus far. He's had good judgment.
Yeah, right. But like at the same time, he's also conscious that, I mean, we're on the last 2 episodes of Terrace House. Terrace House is like going to end in 2 weeks.
Is it 2 more? Oh,
It is.
Yeah.
Get scared.
I'm scared.
It's gonna, so everything in the house as it stands right now is going to come to a head. So being conscious of that, that's what also kind of pushed him to get, to ask her so soon, because
it's Christmas.
Otherwise he might not have a chance.
Right? Or no, is this the 12th or the Christmas Day show? I can't remember.
This is the 12th.
Okay, so he has another show on Christmas. Okay.
Right. So, but yeah, I just right now in my head, I don't think things look good.
I don't know what to think. I'm like, I'm scared to think one way or the other, because I feel like I'll make that real, or the universe will want to make the opposite real. I want them. I think everyone here wants them to get together. I do think that or is that right? Is that not right?
Here's the thing that's weird about it. I'm so conflicted because yes, I want Wada to find love, but I don't know if I think that they make a great couple if this wasn't a TV show, a reality show I'm watching right now. If they were just on the street or just, they're friends of mine, I don't know if I'd necessarily pair them. Right. But they're brought together by this incredible circumstance. And so I want the resolution that makes me feel good from a selfish point of view. Right. So here's the thing that's going to happen no matter what. OK, even if they don't couple up and it's not the happy ending we all want to see or we all would like to see, I still think great things are ahead for them in the future. Right. If he doesn't get with her, great things are going to happen to him and great things are going to happen to her, just by virtue of their newfound fame. So there's a positive there, but again, we won't know. We got 2 more episodes to find out, but I don't know if I want them, but it's almost like a selfish want. So I wouldn't be upset if it didn't happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I think though, like we also have to remember that I think a big part of it is that Risako can't get past the fact that she just doesn't find Masao that physically attractive. She's stated that before. You know what I mean? But she's like, I think he's attractive on the inside.
But she's considering, right? But she's considering being in a relationship anyway. She's figuring out ways to make it work. Like, I can help him diet, I can help him exercise, right? And
right, and that's true. But maybe at this point in time, when Masao straight up asks her, right, she can't bring herself to get over that hump.
I wonder if it's that big a hump though, because I mean, I think his positives.
It could be, it could not be.
Yeah, I think his positives outweigh a lot of that stuff, right? Hopefully, I would like to think she's not that shallow. I don't think she is, but we'll see. But at the same time, if it doesn't work too, if it's not meant to be, I don't want them to force it or fake it for the show either.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
Yeah, people are attracted to what they're attracted to, man. That's just like the brunt of it, you know?
I'm starting to get the idea with all this like behind the scenes talk and banter that people that live there are almost feel like this pressure to couple up. Even if they don't want to, it seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they could have a good relationship, a healthy relationship, unlike some other couples that have wound up together on this show. But I don't know. I guess I can. Would it happen if they weren't on Terrace House? Maybe not. But I kind of want them to give it the try anyway, especially because they're at the age where it's like if you're going to be in a long-term relationship with someone, it's time to start now.
Yeah, start.
yeah. Starting. Yeah.
I would love to see them kiss. That being said, my heart would start racing if I saw them kiss. I would love it.
Guys, we're literally 5 minutes away from finding out, because I'm willing to bet all of us, once we're done with this episode, all 4 of us are going to go to our couches and watch the next episode.
Fuck yeah.
I
need to know.
I don't have a couch, but it's fine.
You're going to sit on your bike.
Yeah, that's fine.
A stationary
What's a
bike.
couch?
Yeah. A Davenport. You should have said the Davenport. Okay, I got it.
Gross.
The ottoman? Is that a
No, the ottoman's what
furniture?
you put your feet on. A Davenport's like what they used to call couches like in the 1800s.
Thanks, Jack.
History lesson
I
today.
appreciate that fact. Thank you. I
Random
learned
facts.
something today.
Jack
But
facts.
let's wrap up this raunchy, weird episode that ended on a salty, wholesome note. I don't know. This was a weird episode, guys, but a good one. Let's wrap it up, though. I just want to give a shout out to everyone who's been talking to us on Twitter and on YouTube. Like, we're reading all your comments. We're seeing all your replies, your ats, your
Thanks.
tweets and stuff. And I just want to say, even if we're not necessarily responding to some of them, we're seeing it. We're loving it. We're all kind of super swamped with recording because it's a lot of work. You know, like we're recording 2 episodes a week, and also
It's blissful
apologies.
productivity, though. We love doing
Yes. There are just some things that fall through the cracks. So if we didn't reply to you, super sorry about that.
Definitely. And at the time of this recording, it's worth noting that we are over 50 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you so much for that.
And the last thing I want to say, too, is like, this is not fucking Fight Club. Like, you're welcome to talk about Tadaima Terrace House Podcast. We need this word of mouth. It's the only way it's going to grow. So we need you guys. So if there's anyone, that needs a funny ass, or hopefully we're funny, I don't fucking know. A podcast about 4 idiots talking about bullshit about Terrace House, then point them our way and help us grow the show. And we come along with the journey, and we're grateful for everyone we have, and thank you. That's it.
Yeah, and it's really heartwarming to see comments from people like Mr. Secret Sentai who were saying, cool, I found a new channel I can binge. Like, it's so cool being on the other side of that sentence. So thank you for giving us that feeling. So cool.
Hey, if you're bingeable, that's a good thing, right? I mean, Terrace House is bingeable, that's for sure.
Same.
Sugoi.
Hey, Jack, do you want to tell the lovely folks about the contest?
Guys, we're doing it again. We are bringing this back. If you didn't win the first time, fret not, dear friends, because we are doing this again. So we are running a contest, and what we need is a couple things, or one of a couple things. We need you to either leave a review on iTunes, 5 stars, please. And then if you cannot do that, if you don't have an Apple device or don't have access to iTunes, then please leave us a comment or a review on Podbean. Essentially, it's all you need to do to enter the contest, and we are giving away a $100 Amazon gift card to one lucky winner. Just ping us on social media or something. Let us know what your screen name is if you left that review on iTunes. But we have goals, and getting those reviews really helps the visibility of the show, really helps us get the name out there and get the show out there. So please do that, and you will get an Amazon gift card emailed to you. And I think you have until the end of April. I think that's the last thing I need to say. Yeah. Oh, and if you already entered from the last time, your review counts twice, so you're in this one again. You don't have to leave another review, so don't worry about it. And good luck.
Hell yeah. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, any euphemisms you take umbrage with that we used earlier in this episode,
Umbrage.
please let us
God,
know.
the extra
There was
fucking
two,
mascot
there
of
was
our
two,
show.
so many.
Let us know at questions at terracehousepodcast.com. We've got something special planned next week for week 49 of Terrace House. I'm not going to spoil it yet, but I'm just going to say get excited. We're pretty excited about the idea, so we hope you enjoy that. But for now, you can catch us this Friday when we cover week 48 and find out what's going to happen when Risako turns Masao down. I said it. It's gonna happen. It's totally gonna happen.
Damn you, Robert Scarpino. Damn you to hell for
That's
saying
totally
that.
what's gonna. I'm calling it. But this has been Tadaima. Thanks for listening. Itekimasu.
Email us at questions@terracehousepodcast.com. Follow us on Instagram at Tadaimagram, on Twitter at TadaimaPod, and check us out on Facebook and YouTube at Tadaima, a Terrace House Podcast.